Good morning everyone. Today we're going to be talking about if you should play PSO2 now or if you should wait for new Genesis to come out. So the format for today's video is I'm probably just going to state like some pros and then some cons and leave it pretty open-ended for you guys to decide whether you should jump into PSO2 or not. Alright? But first of all, if you're new to the channel, I upload PSO2 content daily, so if you do play this game, I'd really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing you need to ask yourself is, does PSO2, the current game, the vanilla game, does this interest you or not? A lot of people are really turned off by the graphics of PSO2, and I don't blame them. You know, PSO2 is like an 8-year-old game, a 9-year-old game. The graphics aren't spectacular, especially compared to other MMOs. However, the thing about PSO2 is the gameplay itself is really fun, but it's not for everyone. It's not some big open world, it's really hub-based. So if you do like this type of style or this type of game design, then definitely give PSO2 a shot. However, if you're in that boat where you're like, I don't care about PSO2, I only care about New Genesis, and I'm just waiting for New Genesis to come out so I can finally play it. I feel like the majority of players which are sitting on the fence are in that category. They don't really care about PSO2, but they do want to play New Genesis because of the graphics rehaul, because of the whole open world, and the combat system, and the simplified augmenting system, and everything about New Genesis just seems to be a huge improvement over regular PSO2. So I do understand that a lot of people just don't want to learn PSO2, they don't want to experience regular PSO2 because they're like, oh, it's so complicated, so many menus, so many blah blah blah. And you know, I get it, I understand. However, if you're a fully free-to-play player, I recommend installing PSO2 now, mainly because you get a lot of Star Gems. Star Gems is this currency right here. This is like the premium currency. So as long as you participate in events, as long as you do their login campaigns, as long as you just play the game in general, you will accumulate Star Gems, which will allow you to buy premium items such as cosmetics, as well as premium services such as the material storage and extra storage and all that jazz, right? Now, of course, there's AC over here, which is the premium currency. So the only way to get this currency over here normally is by spending real money. However, there are specific events where they sometimes give away free AC. So if you are a fully free-to-play player, I would download the game and just see what campaigns are going on that give Star Gems, because more often than not, the campaigns is actually very simple. It's just log in every single day. You don't even have to play the game. You just log in and you get like 20 Star Gems every single day. And then after 3 days, you get additional Star Gems. So it's super useful. We can see over here, Black is joining me in today's discussion. He's not actually in voice chat or anything. He's just in my alliance quarters over here. But either way, back to the topic at hand, and that is Star Gems. Because Star Gems as well as AC do carry over to New Genesis. So what you can do now is just participate in any of the events that are going on or any of the campaigns that are going on right now in order to accumulate a bunch of Star Gems. Once you get a bunch of Star Gems, you can also buy any fashion items or any cosmetics or any emotes that you like in PSO2, because all of those carry over to New Genesis. So if you start in New Genesis fresh, you might miss out on certain free emotes, you might miss out on a lot of free Star Gems, which you can use in New Genesis to purchase like material storage or any other premium services, which will make your life a lot easier and a lot smoother. So that'd be the main reason why I recommend most people to play PSO2 now, just to accumulate Star Gems, just to accumulate AC, accumulate gold, and then buy cosmetic items. I wouldn't go out of my way to try to make Guardian Soul or all these crazy super endgame affixes and endgame units and weapons, mainly because the conversion rate of your gear transferring into New Genesis isn't that great. Like, let's say that you have the most endgame super maxed out gear in PSO2. That's not going to last very long in New Genesis because it's only going to be a 4-star rarity weapon and the maximum rarity in the game is 9 stars. So your super endgame weapon will get outclassed relatively quickly. So that's why I've been recommending a ton of players, hey, don't make Guardian Soul. Hey, don't go for those endgame affixes. It's perfectly fine. Save that money, spend it on fashion, make yourself look fabulous, because all of that will carry over to New Genesis so that you can look fabulous on day one on New Genesis and have a more enhanced experience while playing the game, especially if you saved up a bunch of Star Gems so that you can buy any of the premium services that they might have. Now that I've stated all the pros, what about the cons? So what type of player should not start PSO2 and just wait for New Genesis? It really boils down to two things. One is you don't have time to play PSO2 right now. Maybe you're juggling different games, or maybe you just don't have time to play video games right now. And obviously I can't recommend PSO2 to you guys because you don't even have time to play any video games, right? So just asking you to log in every single day might be a tall order for you. And criteria number two is you're willing to spend money on New Genesis, and dropping $100, $50, $200, it's not a big deal as long as you can look fabulous. So I have a lot of friends in this group which have full-time jobs. They have 1 job, 2 jobs, even 3 jobs. And so, they don't have time to play video games, but they have expendable income. If what I just said described you perfectly, well, then maybe skip PSO2, mainly because you just don't have time to play. And when New Genesis comes out, play the game for like at least a week, maybe a month, before deciding, okay, I want to stick with this game, and then drop money on it, and then play the scratchy to look fabulous, buy premium and all that jazz. And it'll really streamline your experience and make the game a lot more enjoyable. But that being said, if you're fully free to play and you're jumping straight into New Genesis, it's not gonna be hell for you, right? This game is not pay to win per se, because you can pretty much get everything in due time. Think of it like a mobile game. As long as you're playing the game will give you premium currency, and the longer you play and the more premium currency you save up, the more fashion, the more gacha, the more whatever you can do in the game. So I personally play a lot of mobile gacha games, so my mentality has always been, alright, I'm gonna play the game, I'm just gonna save up all my premium currency, then when there's something that I really want, then I go all out and I get it. And that has always been my mentality, and it's worked really well for me in PSO2, and I'm probably going to be using the same mindset in Genesis. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome for the